Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twillow Talk. I'm Tanys Coughlan from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jennifer Jurkofsky.
Hello, hello.
And we're on the opposite sides of the screen from what we normally are, so that will just
we can flip too.
confuse everybody. How is everyone doing today?
A few times lately.
We have.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all for your patience. We were having some technical difficulties, but everything is working again. Yay.
My computer was not being helpful. So it is now good. So we shall move forward. So let's say hello to some people we have here. We have Nalani. So hello, Nalani. Welcome. And we have Kaylee. Welcome. And I think we have a couple of others that aren't saying hello, which is totally fine. Welcome to all of you as well. So let's take a look at what the weather is.
Let's do it.
All right. So when we look at our Schumann, we have a pop-up. Schumann is at 16 today, so not bad at all. I mean, our regular one is normally 7.8. That's the baseline. So we are a little bit elevated from that, but certainly nothing near our power of 60 that we have had in recent times. And when we look at our solar flares, fairly good. We had a couple of M class there over the weekend, but today has been pretty quiet, which is kind of nice. And again, our KPIs were our KP index. Well, it is KPIs, but not quite the same as what everybody else might think. But KP index was a little bit elevated over the weekend again, but it's been nice and stable the last 2 days. So we're doing pretty well with all of that.
Good stuff.
What do we have in our transits, my dear?
Yeah, so from the 16th, you may have noticed a shift. We shifted into the gate 8, and the gate 8 moves us. I need to give you my cards. This is my own technical difficulty.
Yeah. I have those too. Add that to the computer and we're in trouble.
The gate 8 moves us from the shadow of mediocrity to the siddhi of exquisiteness through the gift of style, right? It is the gate of holding together, or the gate of contribution, which is about leading by example. Okay, so that's that 28 right there. This is one of the love gates for the vessel of love, and it is uniting, right? And so it is that ability to inspire trust, or provide space to foster that kind of creative or co-creation, expansion kind of energy, right? That's that holding together energy. And so this week, it's about can we contemplate that kind of deep creative individual frequency that comes through but governs kind of our relationships with self-expression, right? This is the 8 gate is in the throat, and it's all about how we express ourselves and how we show up in relation to others. And so when we're looking at it from the shadow perspective, that mediocrity, we're looking at, where we might dismiss ourselves because we're afraid to stand out, right? I got to tone myself down a little bit there. That's that shadow whisper that comes in. Like if I blend in, I'm going to be accepted, that kind of a thing. And so we believe that by fitting in, we create belonging, but that's really where so much of the suffering comes from, because we're abandoning our own authenticity in that energy. And so where we might have that, creative self-censorship, where we fear visibility, where we might compare ourselves to others, we might dilute our own uniqueness, right? By following other trends from other people. And so the more that we recognize, okay, if this is coming up for me, or if I'm doing that, what is it that I need to stop hiding my uniqueness so that my vitality can come back? And this is where the gift of style, which is authentic expression, comes into play. And so this energy, this idea of style, and I'm not talking like high fashion style, right? I'm talking about style emerging as its individuality, right? It's when we're expressed naturally and unapologetically, when we're able to just go, this is me. This is me as I am. And it's effortless self-expression because we're allowing ourselves to step into the authenticity of that energy, right? So when we do this, the gift brings that creative vitality to us, and it can be magnetic. That is, when we look at the siddhi of this energy, that exquisiteness, it is that moment where we're able to go, wow, I am able to move beyond the self-conscious. I don't have to become anything else or anyone else. I really can just be myself in my energy. And so for this energy for this week, and again, we're switching partway through. So the 21st, we're going to be moving into the 20, which is why I'm still holding these cards, because I thought I was going to take out the other card. But anyway, the prompts for the energy of the gate 8 that we're in right now to journal on and do reflection with: where am I hiding or minimizing my uniqueness? How does comparison affect my creativity? What do I seek approval for instead of allowing myself to sit in my truth? And again, I love the embodied experience of it. What does originality feel like in my body when I allow myself to be self-expressive, right? How does that feel in the body? And so the affirmation for the gate 8 is: I honor my unique expression. I allow creativity to move authentically through me. By being fully myself, I contribute something meaningful to the world. And so, like I said, we are moving from this energy into the 20, partway through this week. And so just really quickly, the 20 is moving us from the shadow of superficiality to the siddhi of presence through the gift of self-assurance. So think about like how that plays into this 8, right? This ability to express ourselves, but then are we expressing ourselves truly, authentically? Are we allowing it to go deep, right? That's that moving from superficiality to self-assurance and presence. That's that energy, right? Not only can I allow myself to be who I am, but can I deeply, that contemplation energy, the now, in this present moment, can I allow myself to really go deep into that?
Beautiful. We have a lot coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Authenticity is always an interesting one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so often with clients, I hear, like, I don't even know who I am. We're so conditioned to be this way or be that way. And it's like, okay, what do I, want to do to take a step back and go, who do I want to be in this moment? Okay, so there you go, guys. There's the affirmation.
There we are.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was having some more technical issues while you were doing.
Yeah, I noticed I was there by myself, but I could see you down in the backstage. So I was like, okay, it's not,
My camera was frozen.
You're not gone. So I was like, I'll just wait and see if you'll come back when I'm done.
My camera froze again. So then I was like, it wasn't that pretty, actually. But
that's okay. That is that ability to authentically be us.
That we are.
That's going to be a screenshot. Somebody's going to be like, let me pause it right there and just...
it'll happen. So, so Kaylee says she's had a few moments of that this weekend. I worked hard to just open myself to all the compliments and love. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's it. I mean, we talk about this idea of being authentic, and obviously, like Twillow Talk, authentic spiritual conversations, and it's authentic in the sense that it's not planned. What comes out just comes out, right? We're talking, we're having conversation most of the time, messages are coming through or whatever else, but it's that ability to be goofy when we want to be goofy and be serious when we want to be serious, to hold space for whatever is naturally just kind of flowing through in the moment.
Well, and that's what we set out to do when we started this, right? We were like, well, we don't want to have to pretend, because that's just not us. So the authenticity is what you see is what you get, guys.
It's like some days we come in and we're giggling our butts off, and other days we come in and we're like, the astral kicked my butt today. And other times we come in.
It all depends. It's I can't say that on here. I don't know how else to say it. It's random.
Random's not a bad word.
No, the other way I was going to say it. We'll go with random. That's like that's not.
It's true though, because and even from moment to moment, like we've had like times both of us where before we're like one way and then we're partway and we're like some other way entirely, and it's like, oh, the energy is so wild.
They are,
and it's all part of just being able to be in the experience. And I think when it comes to the authenticity piece, it's allowing it to be whatever it is. All right, today I'm sad. I'm feeling sadness today. Today I'm feeling the giggles. Today
well, it might be this moment I'm.
Exactly.
Okay, this moment I'm, because we're human, so we do that whole gamut of emotions. And that's just how things are.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Absolutely.
So we had a special ceremony that I thought maybe I would mention. If I can find what I'm looking for here.
I wasn't sure if you were going to bring it up, so I didn't mention it when Haley said it. But all those compliments and love that she was talking about was because she put together a beautiful ceremony.
Absolutely. And I am just trying to find the pictures, and they're not coming up for me here.
Do you want me to pull them up?
Yeah, please, if you've got them handy. It just doesn't seem to want to show them for me in Facebook. I have them on my phone, but if you've got them handy, that would be lovely.
I will pull them up.
So this, what we did was this croning ceremony, and so it's the first time that we've done it. And there were two of us, France and I, who are both of a certain age or a certain stage in our femalehood. And so we decided this would be a lovely way to celebrate that. And
I only laugh because it's a croning ceremony. We know.
Well, I know.
Certain age.
Means I'm a certain age. But there's no set age for croning either, right? Like it's kind of more about your it's more about your cycle, we'll say, or lack thereof when you get to a certain age.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, let me do this, share screen, and here we go. And
Kaylee says something happened Sunday too.
Oh.
Went to a celebration of life. I'd done a piece of artwork for the family and didn't know they printed it on canvas and now have it on display in the person's memory in their store. Thousands of people seeing it. That's beautiful. I'm so happy for you.
Beautiful.
Oh,
yay.
Yes, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
That is wonderful. I think it's such a an amazing thing. And, I think we get so caught up in the narrative of like pride and stuff like that. But to know that something that we did has made an impact is a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. And so that's amazing, Kaylee. Congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations. That's wonderful. All right. So should we take a look at some of these?
Sure. So I pulled up
add it there.
That, were sent. So I'm on the other screen. So I don't see the screen that's me, but hopefully we're good to go.
We're good to go. It's up.
So I don't know if you want to share about them or not, but these were.
So I hope they're okay with that. So that this is one of me. I was gifted this beautiful robe that was made by Kaylee and her mom, Catherine. So it was beautiful. And the last one had France as well, who had hers. That's Jen's broom, by the way. There's France.
That is a great broom. I do have to say.
It is a great broom. And there's Kaylee with hers. She was presiding over it.
Yes.
There's the three of us with our beautiful new robes and books that were gifted to us. And when you have a certain ceremony and you're moving into a new path on your life, so whether it's age, whether it's a marriage, whether it's like going to a new stage of your life, we often will do something called the jumping of the broom. And so we did we stepped over it. We didn't jump, just for the record. But we, because we are of that certain age. So we stepped over it because, it's safer. And
crossing the threshold.
We crossed the threshold.
And
then we had, that's another one of those. Okay, yeah. And here we got anointed by Jen. So Jen was putting, what kind of oil was it?
White lotus anointing oil.
It was beautiful. And that's not alcohol on the table, by the way, just for the record. It's sparkling waters or sparkling, juice stuff.
If it was, it would be, but it's not.
Yeah, but it's not. So I just thought I'd mention it wasn't.
I think
and this is Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's France and I as we're getting ready for it.
Yeah, so that's.
And there's Kaylee and France. So
that's it.
Yeah. Awesome. So that's what we did this weekend.
It was really quite lovely.
Yeah.
The whole ceremony was beautiful. Everybody brought things to share. I think it's such an amazing thing too, because not to get into the details of it, but before the ceremony, something came to our attention, and we were able to shift gears and go and help support somebody. And it was such a beautiful thing. One, just to say, I'm so grateful for the friends and the community that we have, that we are able to do that for each other and hold that space. But also, the energy of this stepping forward, right? And we're honoring the transition, that maiden, mother, crone energy, and how, as we move through those stages, there's different ways that we can support each other and honor that space. And so it was just a really incredible thing to have that shift of energy, to go into a place of service, and then to come back. And I think, in many ways, it deepened the celebration.
It did. It was like all of the stuff that we talk about in class and as a community and in our gatherings and everything. It was like everything played out for us the way it was meant to that day. We were able to actually step into all the teachings that we talk about, the lead with love and the supporting each other, and we were able to really kind of, and everybody was so amazing about it with us. Like, I just called and was like, guys, can we do this? And they were all like, yes, absolutely, let's do it. And so, because we had the ceremony planned at a certain time, so everybody was like already on their way to the ceremony when I said, guys, can we go do this other thing? And they're like, yes, absolutely. So everybody was all excited about going to help. And I'm just so touched by our community for being able to do that and shift gears like that. So it was a beautiful day with everything. So yeah, it was lovely. So thank you to all of you who were involved in making such a beautiful day happen for France and I, and all the other stuff. And then we went out for dinner, which was also nice.
Yeah.
So
you talk about, the energy, the gate 8 energy and that creative expression and however it is, right? Like maybe that kind of a ceremony or whatever wouldn't resonate for you. And that's totally okay too. But it really is about how do we honor what feels good for us, what lights us up, what helps us to feel connected, supported, all of those kinds of things. And so, for you guys who are watching, like what are some things that you do that help you to feel authentically you, right? That bring out that creative spark within you, or that allow you to feel like, yeah, I am coming home to myself, right? What are some things that help with that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we could talk about that in terms of all sorts of different belief frameworks, right? So this is just ours, but lots of different religions and spiritual practices have these coming of age ceremonies, right? You've got your bar mitzvah, you've got your, oh my goodness, well, even a christening is like a, welcome. There's the other one. What's the other one called that they have around 14, 15? Oh my goodness, it escapes me. But there's another one. Sorry, I'm reading the comments here. Yeah, nice. Kaylee's knitting a baby blanket for a friend.
Oh, wonderful.
Working on her teaching because we were having a thing. Bar mitzvah is one of them. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And a bat mitzvah. That's right. Depends on the sex, I guess, for that. There's another one in the Christian faith as well that goes with that.
Yeah, and your, like communion.
That's the one I'm looking for. Communion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, each one has these like coming of age things. And a lot of them are like, going from maiden to mother kind of age, right? They're not all there's not a lot for our age, even though this is it's a significant change for us women at this age, moving from that mother age to like stepping into that. I think it was Kaylee that mentioned mystic mentors kind of stage of our lives, which I think is lovely. So, hello. Hey, Sun Dragon.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
So, I think it's a beautiful thing to have that. And they should really, at least, I mean, maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe there are other ones in the other frameworks or faiths. I'm just not aware of them, and that's quite possible. But it's lovely to have that honoring.
Different traditions have different things, but there's a lot of that, like going into our teenage years, right? There's a lot of those kinds of transitional ceremonies, but even, to be an elder and doing, the ceremony and being out on your own and all, like every tradition has something that they do. But we don't, I think in our modern times, we've kind of gotten away from a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was a beautiful thing because it was quite empowering. And so I think because we're talking about this, I might have to read one of the readings, because the thing that I read really captures it, if that's okay with you, Jen. It really captures it. Now I'm just going to need to find it here. I think this is it. Okay, so it's called We Who Have Become. Actually, I'm going to do the one for I instead of we. So it's she who has become. There was a time when I searched for myself in the eyes of others, in expectations, in roles, in the quiet shaping of who I thought I'd be next. And I honor her, the maiden who dreamed, the mother who gave, the woman who carried, held, broke, and rebuilt herself more times than she can name. She walked through fire and called it growth. She stood in the unknown and called it faith. She became. There were seasons of becoming that asked me to soften, and seasons that demanded I rise. There were moments when I held everything together, and moments when everything fell apart, so something truer could emerge. And still, I am here. Today, I stand at the threshold, not as who I was, but as who I have remembered myself to be. No longer seeking permission, no longer waiting to be chosen. I choose myself. I release the need to prove, to perform, to carry what was never mine. I release the weight of expectation, the stories that kept me small, the identities that no longer fit the truth of my soul. I honor them and I let them go. What remains is something far quieter, but far more powerful. A knowing, a steadiness, a truth that does not need to be explained. This is my wisdom. Not learned from books alone, but carved through living, through feeling, through choosing to stay present, awake, and open, even when it was hard. I'm not at the ending. I'm at a beginning that only comes after everything else has been lived. I step now into the space of the crone, the one who sees clearly, who speaks truthfully, who walks with both compassion and discernment, the one who knows when to hold and when to release, the one who trusts her inner voice above all else. I claim my place as a keeper of wisdom, a guide, a witness, a woman rooted in her own knowing. I honor the path that brought me here. I honor the cycles within me. I honor the life that continues to move through me. I am no longer becoming. I am. And from this place, I lead, I live, and I love as the woman I was always meant to be. So the reason I bring that and I wanted to read it is because it's very much, it talks about the essence of that aging, and where do we go from here in terms of who are we now? Because we're not the same people we were when we were teenagers or even when our kids were of a certain age, So it was a beautiful ceremony. That was just a very small part of it. The rest of it was just beautiful, and I thought I would share that little piece with you. And we have Mary here. Hello, Mary. Welcome. Welcome. Mary meet, Mary part, and Mary meet again. Absolutely.
Thanks so much for being with us.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that because I do find that it really sort of encompasses the whole aspect of it. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure we're all, those things, we write them because that's what we hope to be. I'm not sure that, it's kind of, you say it and you're like, okay, am I there? Is that what I'm hoping to do? It's like setting intention is what it is.
Absolutely. So it's so fitting even for the energy right now, right? That 8 energy that we're in, because it is that ability to express ourselves and to express ourselves freely, not having to ask permission from somebody else to speak our truth and to hold space for that, right? To experience, the exquisiteness. We have to release that comparison, right? We have to embrace our uniqueness. And so much of what you talked about in there was that ability to embody, you know, the beauty of who we are as an individual without having to, you know, hold ourselves back or stop ourselves from being uniquely who we are.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, and the sad part is that I think that people always go through these kinds of transitions in their life. And, you know, they get labeled as midlife crisis. Well, it's not a crisis. It doesn't need to be a crisis.
It doesn't need to be a crisis. It doesn't mean that some people don't make it.
Sometimes we feel like
it definitely doesn't need to be.
It does. And it's not that there's a whole lot of stuff in there that I'm still like, okay, I need to unpack this and I need to, like, you know, step into some of that. And, you know, but it's if we can step into acceptance of where we're at.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm working towards, of course.
Well, that was one of the beautiful things too with the ceremony is, you know, and we talk about like shadow work and we talk about like how do we embrace all of what we are, right? And it doesn't have to be, you know, I'm only going to embrace the things that I think are good and I'm going to not embrace the things that I think are, you know, not so good. It's like, no, how do I embrace everything? All that makes me in this experience. I know I'm more than what all this is. And I also know that whatever is coming up for me doesn't define me. I'm able to be in the energy of it and go, okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a, you know, how do we have it before? Like I'm a mess of all the emotions all at once sometimes. And that is okay.
Yep. That describes this stage very well. It describes everything. It's a human stage, really, for that stuff. But Mary says it's a power surge. Yeah, I like to call them my mini tropical vacations. It is a power surge.
Oh, golly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing cards the other night, and I was like, I'm done. Like it's really. But you know, I think interesting too, like that idea of power surge, right? Like, yeah, the body, you know, is going through its own power surge, but I think so are we when we're able to step back and, you know, maybe, you know, midlife crisis, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, we get to a place where it's like, I'm not taking anything anymore. Like I'm not going to take the same nonsense that I used to take, and I'm going to speak my truth more freely, and I'm going to hold space for what matters to me a little bit more, right? It's like we get to a point too, and I think, you know, with the hormone changes and everything else that comes in, there is a part of us that's like, yeah, no thanks, I'm not doing that no mo.
But no thanks.
Yeah. And there is a bit of a power surge with that.
There is, but it's very empowering as well. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's it's fun. It's fun to watch the changes. The body part, I'm still working on that one. Accepting the body changes.
Yeah. Well, we're so conditioned. You know, it's interesting. These are like the themes that have been coming up, right? And one of the themes that I've been talking with a lot of people about is the conditioning, that we are so conditioned. And we're so conditioned that we don't even know how conditioned we are. Right. And then, you know, we get into a place where things start to shift and change. And we are conditioned immediately to be like, well, this isn't good enough anymore. And this is and I have to change it for this. And I have to, right. And I love the idea of bringing the croning ceremony back in, because it's that place of being able to go, I honor the aging. I honor the change. I honor the shifts that are happening within my form because I've lived. Like, how beautiful is that?
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Kira. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
The sacredness of observing your ascension, loving your empowerment.
Beautifully said, Mary.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah.
I think acceptance is key in all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we have all the different aspects of self. So acceptance can be easier in some aspects than it is in others, depending on, like you were saying, your programming, right?
Yeah.
And how you've been programmed, and what environment you grew up in, what you've been living in. Like all of these things come to play a part in all of that process.
Yeah. It's noticing the stories that we tell ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Another big theme lately. And it's like, okay, in so many traditions and teachings, it's like, yeah, this is the meat suit. I know that I am a spiritual being and I am in this suit. Right? And it is what it is for this lifetime. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Right? But we get so identified with all of it. Right? We're identified with, hi, I'm Jennifer. I'm a registered psychotherapist. I'm a certified Canadian counselor. I'm a blah, 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 blah. Right? Like,
Yeah.
That's not who I am. That's not what I am. Those are aspects of what it is in this incarnation.
Yeah.
Right? And so, I think that the more that we can honor that these are aspects of this incarnation and we can have fun with it, the less we get so caught up in being identified by it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Nope. And faith that things are falling into place. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that we're exactly where we're meant to be at this moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's only the mind that thinks we need to be somewhere else than where we are.
Well, and maybe everybody else, but everybody else doesn't matter. Well, I mean, unless you're supposed to meet them for an appointment or something, then, then I guess we need to worry about other people.
We want to honor our commitments and honor the people that, are in our lives and all of that, for sure. Right. This is the balance of, how
lead
do I
with love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so true though. We take life so seriously, like as a people, like just in general, because we're taught to, like, we are conditioned to care about every tiny little thing, and to try to problem solve and think through all of the possibilities. And at some point we do have to take that step back and go, like, what if I don't have to figure it all out? Actually, that was what today's mystic message was about. And thank you all for your patience, because I did the Sunday update today as well. Got them both out this morning. That's, my timeline thing going on. So appreciate the patience on those. But it is that piece of, I can sit here and I can try to ruminate on the issue and see if my brain can figure it out. But sometimes just taking that step back, just noticing all the things that are happening. I don't have to figure it out. I don't have to resolve it. I don't have to do anything with it. But just in that space, clarity can come forward.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to get out of our own way.
Yeah, I mean, that's where that change of scene or the change of brain frequency will often make that happen as well, right? We go into a meditative state, changing our frequencies and the brainwave state, and we end up, all of a sudden there's that solution to whatever it was we were struggling to find one with, even moments ago. So it's amazing how the brain works in terms of that, or how our guides work in terms of downloading solutions, which is often the case as well.
Yeah.
Or our higher self will come in and say, what do you mean? You already know this. Here.
Yeah. But how often are we like, la, 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 right?
Exactly.
Because we get.
I know you're talking to me. But I'm busy.
Well, and it's the same, like, those moments where we can't find something and we've looked and it's like, I know it's there. And then having somebody else go, can I check? And, I've been there too, where it's like, I just checked there. And it's like, no, yeah, you please please, because I know my brain is already shut off.
Yep.
And I'm not going to see it even if it is there. Right.
Yep.
I remember one time even bringing my coat, I think it was my coat pocket or something, to Dawn. And I was like, can you just double check this? Because I'm pretty sure it's in here, but I can't find it. But in that clear headedness, he's like, oh, yeah, it's right here. I'm like, okay, good.
Good.
I can't do it right now.
Yeah. There's sometimes we're just not in the right space.
No, and it's okay. I think the bigger piece is when we get all caught up in it. And then we're beating ourselves up and like, why can't I do it? And why can't I find it? And why can't I figure it out? But if we can take that step back, then it's like, okay, I know I can't. I'm just going to own that in this moment and hand it on over to somebody else and go, can you maybe look for this and see if you can find it? Right? Or to what you were saying, take that step back and go, guides, can you take this over? Can you help me with this? Like, you guys can just take it. And there's definitely been times in my life where I've done that, and so grateful for those moments of surrender, because I wasn't going in the right direction at all. But they, course corrected, and we're doing okay.
Yeah. Well, I had that one day. I was out driving and I was supposed to be going to a friend's place, and I could not remember their address or their street, and I couldn't reach them by phone. And I'm like, all right, I'm supposed to be there, so like, you better help me out. And I just followed it, and I ended up right in front of his house. And I was like, okay. Honestly, I think Don put his hand into another dimension when he put his hand in your pocket.
That's also
pulled it back from another dimension.
Yeah, let's go with that one. No.
He's magic. He's a wizard. Mary says, just asking yourself, is it mine? That comes first. Then you move forward. The next question is, what am I supposed to do with it? And then how much better can it be? Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that, though. Starting with, is it mine? Oh, it's so important.
I like this one too. It's not lost till Mom. I
can't find it.
It's not lost. I just can't find it.
Yeah, but it's not lost until Mom can't find it, because it's true.
Oh, Mom can't find it.
Mom's often the one finding things, but every once in a while, Yes.
Yep. Definitely. But it's very rarely lost.
No.
Right? Just because we can't find it doesn't necessarily mean it's lost. It's could be in a different dimension momentarily.
Yeah. Or it could be right in front of our face.
Yep.
We just can't see it. I know that has happened before too. We went and took a gazebo apart yesterday, which is why I have some of the redness. But yeah, and it was so funny because one of the screws fell, and the woman who we were getting the gazebo from and I were standing there, and we were like, it's right there, the bolt's right there. And of course Dawn's down there scouring the grass for it, and it's just that moment. And then her husband was there going, I don't see it either, right? And so it's that it's not that it's not there when we don't see it, right? And I've had those moments too where somebody's like, it's right there, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see what you're talking about.
Yep, definitely. I think, that goes back to, I remember a conversation we had a while back about reticular activating system. Thank you. And, you could walk into a room 100 times for 20 years, never see something on the shelf. And then all of a sudden you walk in there, you're like, oh, how long has that been there? And your partner's like, it's been there for 20 years. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. I never really actually saw it till now.
I'm laughing. If Don's not watching, I'm going to have him rewatch back on this piece. Because we tease so much about that. Exactly.
Yes. She says we could be the ones that move dimensions for a bit too. Absolutely. Jump timelines. Nalani says her husband has a cup that says, if Grandpa can't fix it, we're screwed.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's
Life
true.
is
But I
fun.
also think there is a piece, right? Like you're talking about the reticular activating system. And yes, I
Mhm.
think that we definitely see what we're programmed for, like what we're programmed to look for. And that's a safety mechanism and all of that within our system. But also we get very caught up in the mind in what we think it's supposed to be. Right. And I've had that happen too, where it's like, well, I went and I looked for the thing where I think it was supposed to be. Right. And then there's blindness to where else it could be.
Yeah.
Right. So going in with that curiosity, always like open and curious. This is a reason. This is a mantra for me. Right.
Yeah.
Is to be able to go in and go, okay, I thought it was going to be there. It's not there. Where else could it be? Right. And holding that, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to look in every other place, even if I
Absolutely.
think it's ridiculous, because I'm going to get out of my own way in that moment.
And that is what that is, right? Because
Mhm.
that's the programming thing again.
Yeah.
So stepping out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Mhm. Anticipatory. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. And again, earlier I was saying about how we don't even realize how conditioned we are. And it's the same
Yeah.
kind of idea. Like, until we get into, as the Tao says, that not knowing, right?
Mhm.
Until we're able to get into that place of, I don't know, right? Then all of a sudden, everything we think we know actually is so limiting.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isn't it? It reminds me of the phrase, when we're a teenager, we think we know everything, and we think that our parents are not wise. Then all of a sudden, we turn like 24, and we're like, amazing. I didn't know what I didn't know.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, I realize what I didn't know. And I find that with the spiritual journey, the more I know, the more I know I don't know.
Yeah. That right there. I think that's such a key thing. The more I know, the more I realize I know nothing. And that is okay.
Yep. It's okay to not know everything.
Yeah.
Nobody can. It's an impossibility.
No.
So, a secret, even the internet and AI does not know everything.
Oh.
Just saying.
No. No, it doesn't. We've run into some moments of people coming out with some stuff going, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
no. But that's what makes community so important too, right? Because everybody brings their piece of that knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is part of how my light just did sing again. Part of how it's part of how we designed the school, because we wanted to make sure that we were having like a really good cross section of knowledge. And so you bring in experts, right, from the different bodies of knowledge. And that helps to create a larger one that is way better than what one person could ever have.
Absolutely.
In terms of that, right?
But also the other thing that's so beautiful about that is, and we're a good example of that because we come from very different schools of thought, is that there isn't a right or wrong.
No.
Right? It's just a different way of doing it. And what might feel right for me might not feel right for you, and vice versa. And that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think that the more that we expose ourselves to the different types and ways of being, the more we realize how much we don't know. Right? Because like you said, we don't know what we don't know. Yeah. But if we can really live from a place of not knowing, then there's always that open curiosity. Oh, well, this is how it works for me, but tell me, how does it work for you? Yeah. Right? Let me expand my understanding in some way or another.
Yeah, absolutely. So everything is not the way we're told it was, and not everything we think we know is the way it should be. Observing the present allows everything to be possible. Absolutely.
Well said, Mary. Love that.
Definitely. Yep.
It's true. It's true. And we were talking before, we talk about human design sometimes too. And I remember, reading about Ra Uru, who channeled the voice for human design. One of the things that he talks about is the ajna, which is how we organize information. That's the center for that. You guys know it as the chakra. In the human design, it's one of the centers. And, he said that the defined ajna is the crazy maker of the world. Because the defined ajna, if it's not healthy, if it's in its not self, it's certain, but it doesn't care about the truth. Right? It doesn't care if what it's certain about is right or not. It's just certain, right? And then the undefined wants to be certain, so it gets very dogmatic and certain about things. And so we, in its healthy state, the undefined or open ajna is able to recognize what is meaningful and what isn't in terms of beliefs and stuff like that. And it becomes the teacher for the defined ajna to learn how to be open and curious. Maybe that's part of why I have that so much as a mantra, because I am defined. I can speak with certainty. And I recognize that I need to check myself. Right? Is what I'm saying truly authentic for me? And can I clarify that? This is my truth. That doesn't make it the truth, right? And so I try really hard when I'm expressing things and all of that is from my experience, from my system of belief, and to recognize that that's not going to necessarily be your truth. And it's such an important thing for us to be able to honor that for each other.
Mm-hmm. Well, and if we could all step into more of that, that would end an awful lot of stuff that's happening in the world right now. Right? We could step into a more cohesive understanding of what it's like to be human, too. Mm-hmm. Because our different belief systems don't change who we are in terms of our essence. That spiritual self, we're all connected, we're all one. And so the belief systems that we use here are just to give meaning to where we are, and yet we are the ones that give meaning to our experiences.
Absolutely.
So, we can change the meaning. There is hope. We can do this.
Yep. We just need to become great at reframing our experience and going, wait a minute, brain. Woo, wait a minute. Gonna stop you right there. There's another possibility here. Right?
Yeah.
And just hold space for that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we started late. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add to that? Because I think we're going to probably be wrapping it up soon. We've got our home play.
I'll pull out the card with the home play while we see if anybody's got something to add.
Melanie says, find the silver linings.
Oh.
And the common silver linings. Silver linings and silver threads, right? Mm-hmm. Silver linings and that silver thread that connects all of our experiences. There is one.
Yeah.
Look for it in each other.
Yeah.
That common thread.
It's so important. I love that idea of recognizing the oneness, right? Seeing myself in you. And, we do provide mirrors for each other. The problem is that so often those mirrors trigger us in one way or another. But if we could even look at that with that silver lining, with that silver thread, if we could look at that and go, oh, wow, you just triggered me in this way. Thank you. Thank you. Because that gives me something to look at, to say, wait a minute, I still haven't actually resolved this thing. I still got a little bit of ego going on here. Let me look at that and figure out what's happening. And, sometimes it is a matter of, okay, I do need to address this thing or whatever it is. And sometimes it's like, nah, that reaction, that was all me. I'm sorry. That was.
Yep.
Yeah,
definitely. Oh, yes. And live from the soul. That's where truth and integrity live.
Yeah.
So let's move house. Absolutely. Yeah.
All
So what is
right.
our home play card today?
Well, I think it goes really well with what we were talking about. I got release your shame.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Really being able to release that energy and not carry that. That's going to help us to be able to step into that authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me find it here.
While you're doing that, we'll just say a quick hello to Jules.
Hey,
Learning
Jules.
to listen. Welcome.
Thanks for popping in.
And if you don't mind, you guys, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. That helps
All our
us.
links are
All the links are below.
down
We've got
there.
all sorts of things going on.
Okay, here we go. Release your shame. Go ahead and fart. Yes, grandchild, we know this natural musical occurrence makes you giggle. Laugh away. It is time to let go of the shame that shadows your physical body. You are an honored piece of creation. All of you is worth celebrating. We see your discomfort in the bodily functions, and we see you diminish when you choose to dislike some of the aspects of your body. This does not need to be so. In the realm of the sacred feminine, every part of you is sacred. You are made up of the 4 sacred elements, which means that air, fire, earth, and water express themselves through you in wonderful ways. Do not judge nature's creation. You were made perfectly by the Creator. The way your body expresses itself is also perfect. Your mind has convinced you that bodies are flawed and farting is shameful because of the collective mind has chosen to believe it. Do not be fooled. Your physical body is a treasure trove of wisdom. Listen to it, then enjoy the pleasures the body can bring.
There's some programming for you.
Mm-hmm. What a great example of the programming that we have.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure. Excellent. So what have you got going on this week? You know, because
I don't know.
Me
Well,
neither.
like I said, I just did the energy update for the week. So you can find that on my YouTube and on my Facebook. And then also the Mystic Message that was out. And I know I'm saying I want to start doing some pulls on Wednesday with the new deck. So I am aiming to do that. It's just a matter of, doing it.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that's it. We did the Galactic live readings on Friday. And so there were individual readings, but the very beginning of that was the collective reading. So if you missed that, you can go ahead and check that out on either of our channels. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to be doing a recording for the Love of Mystics with Patricia, who we had on here talking about the Divine Two-Step. So it's a recording. It takes a little bit of time for it to come out, but I will share that with you all when it's ready to be released.
Yeah, awesome. And we have a guest next week on here, Natalie.
Oh, yes. Yes, that will be a very galactic conversation.
It will.
We're talking all about ETs and experiences and all that kind of stuff. So that will be awesome. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And what else have we got going on? What have I got going on? I think most of mine is, I do have a podcast on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. And so, come and join us for that. That's with My Place Home Care that I'm doing that one. And then I have a bunch of classes this week. We have Reiki Share if you are local and you have Reiki and want to join us. We do have a Reiki Share on Friday evening, the 22nd. And they're usually a lot of fun. We get some healing done on ourselves as well as doing it on other people. So it's a great energy exchange. And we also have Red Iron Yoga starting on Sunday on the 24th with Jacqueline. So please take a look at that because that's coming up soon. And that's a different kind of yoga from what you've seen. So this is using weights and doing it. It's live online, so you don't even have to leave your home. And it's at 9:45 on Sunday morning. Okay.
Nice.
So, she's going to be doing that every week starting this coming weekend. So stay tuned for that. We've got some other yoga classes coming up as well, which are with Brenda. And she is going to be doing, wait, there is a name for this. It is her special brand, Tap into Flow Yoga. And so she's using tapping and yoga together to do some clearing and everything. So, yeah. So stay tuned because there's lots of fun stuff coming up with the Academy. We're working on all sorts of things to service you guys. So also, if you have any suggestions about stuff, please put them in the comments, okay? If there's stuff that you would like to see us doing, whether it's gatherings, whether it's, online or in person more, either one, we do live stuff.
We do.
Anyway.
We're even going to be a little bit more galactic. Thanks.
Galactic. I love it.
Great word.
Galactic.
I'm going to say it's, I don't know what, movement within the vast universal field. Maybe it's, engaged with the galactic energy.
Ooh, I like it.
Active in the galactic.
I love it. Excellent. Awesome. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And final words, Jen?
Well, I'm going to go with that. Let's be galactic.
Let's be galactic and open and curious, because we want to be open and curious to all beings, galactic or otherwise.
Yeah.
So have an awesome week, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you here next week. Take care.